What's up guys, my name is Adrian Rivera and today I'm going to be showing you how to easily make vocal chops in FL Studio. This is the most simplest way that I've came up with. It's 4 simple steps. Number 1 is recording, number 2 is pitch correction, number 3 is pitch shifting, and number 4 is effects. So we're going to end up with something like this. Now, like I said, this method is super simple. I have not seen anything similar to this anywhere else. So because of that, I'm gonna have to charge you for this video. To watch this video, it's gonna cost 1 like on that like button. So make sure you go like this video. But without further ado, why would you even wanna do vocal chops? You usually hear vocal chops in like EDM drops in the chorus of a whole bunch of pop music. And I know a lot of my subscribers do a lot of more trap and R&B stuff. So why the heck would you even want vocal chops in your music? Well, the way I see vocal chops is that it's not really supposed to be the main focus of the song, but more so a background instrument that adds another layer of sound to your song. So for example, if we go into the chorus of my song, you'll hear the vocal chop in the background, but it's not the main focus of what the chorus is.
Duct tape, keep your mouth shut. Nobody talk to me. Duct tape, keep your mouth shut. Just leave me alone.
So as you can see, that vocal chop was in the background. It wasn't really anything super big, but it was a nice little added touch so that the song had a little more flavor to it. Now, the song I just showed you is my new song called Duct Tape. It comes out September 27, 2019. I'm trying really hard to get the song onto Spotify playlists. So if you guys could do me a favor, go to the link in the description or go to the pinned comment. That link is a hyperfollow link from DistroKid. And basically what this is going to do is going to pre-save the song on Spotify so that when it releases, you're going to be the first one to hear it. You're also going to automatically follow me through there. But the reason why I really want you to pre-save is because that helps a lot with the Spotify algorithm. If Spotify sees that there's a lot of traction behind this song, it'll give it a higher chance of being onto playlists. So if you could please help me out, go down to the link in the description or the pinned comment and pre-save my song on Spotify. Thank you guys so much. You honestly have no idea how much of a difference every single pre-save makes. And by the way, if you hear a lawnmower in the background, my brother's cutting the grass right now, so sorry about that. It's just bad timing. But with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. So if we take a closer look at the vocal chop just by itself, you might be able to hear exactly what I've done. A lot of selling this effect is through pitch shifting and gross beat. In reality, what I really did was I recorded myself singing a bunch of gibberish, and I'll show you right now how the original recording sounded like.
Onami ne ne omayu onami no mi ni nami onami no no si mayu olami ni namo.
I know, it's really cringe. I'm sorry about that. But after I recorded this, I put it into new tone and really pitch corrected it so it sounded very robotic. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second, don't worry.
Onami ne ne omayu onami no mi ni nami unami no no si mayu olami ni namo.
So now you can probably see where this is going. After all that pitch correction, I pitch shifted it so that the final product sounds like this. But once we put it into the mixer and add all the effects, we get the final vocal chop sound. And like I said, this is a super simple method, but it's very effective at adding a nice background element to your song. So first things first, let's go into new tone, which you can do by going to the mixer channel, right clicking and adding new tone. And once we open up new tone, we're gonna go into the mixer channel. We're gonna go to our recorded vocal. And what we're gonna do is bring the center all the way up, the variation all the way down, and the transition all the way down. So we get this really robotic sound.
Onami ne ne omayu onami no mi ni nami.
But now you can see that not everything is on pitch, so we're gonna have to pitch correct it. So literally all it is just taking each individual pitch and bringing it up to wherever it needs to be.
Onami ne ne onami onami ne ne omami unami no no si mayu olami ni namo.
So now everything is pitch corrected and you can hear it has that really robotic sound. The reason why it has that robotic sound is because the variation is all the way down, and what variation does, all the little nuances in your voice get completely flattened out so that there is no variation left in your vocal. So if you have a lot of vibrato in your voice, there will be no more vibrato because the variation is turned down all the way. The reason why we turned down the transition is because we wanted the transition between every note to be super choppy, so that's almost like an instrument. And then we centered everything so that all the notes are on pitch. So now that we have everything pitch corrected, we're going to click this button, and what that's going to do is it's going to drop it at the beginning of our song.
Onami nene omayu onami.
So now what we got to do is we got to go into Edison, and the same thing, you right click, click Edison up in here, and then what I'm going to do really quick is make a new file. And then now what I got to do is go to the channel rack and click the vocal. So now we're going to go into Edison again, go to channel rack, click the vocal, and drag it in there.
Onami nene omayu onami.
So now we're going to be pitch shifting in Edison, and the reason why we're pitch shifting in Edison and not just going into the channel rack and bringing up the pitch is because you're going to get a lot of what's called chipmunking. And if you hear that, it sounds very, you know, so we want a lot smoother of a pitch shift because that just sounds a lot nicer. And Edison is going to allow us to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight over our vocal, going to go to the tools, and then go to time stretch / pitch shift. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to bring the pitch chorus all the way up. This is going to bring it up an octave. And then what's going to affect the chipmunking is this factor chorus. So if you see, we click preview. It sounds the exact same as how it used to, but if we bring down the factor chorus, it's going to bring in a lot more tonality of the original vocal. So if we click preview again, it sounds a lot more natural of a pitch shift. And this is the type of sound that I like. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. But most people, I feel, would agree with this. So now after you get it sounding to something that you like, we're going to click accept, which by the way, you can go the opposite direction and bring the pitch all the way down too if you wanted to.
Onami nene omayu onami no mi ni nami una.
But we're going to be bringing it up the octave.
Onami nene omayu onami no mi ni nami una.
So now we're going to click accept. We're going to reselect everything and then click this button to put it into our playlist. So now this is what we have.
Onami nene omayu onami no mi ni nami unami no.
So from here on out, just to make it simpler, I'm going to be using the vocal chop I already made. And I'm just going to show you what effects that I put on here to achieve that vocal chop sound. And I'm also going to show you some other things that you can do to make it even more interesting. So first things first, I EQ'd it and compressed it like I would any other vocal. And let me just raise the volume of this a little bit so you guys can hear it better. I forgot I actually have automation on this fader, so I can't really raise the volume. But what I can do is I can add an EQ and then raise the volume so that it's easier for you to hear. This isn't something that you're gonna have to do. It's just because I put automation, so I can't really change the volume. So this is my bougie way of changing the volume for you guys. Anyway, back to what I did. EQ'd, compressed, and if you click play, sounds pretty good. Now the next thing I decided to do was add some blood overdrive. What blood overdrive does is it adds distortion, and you can put this onto anything you want. I put it onto this vocals to make it more aggressive. But then after that, I added another EQ, rolling off the highs and the lows, just so we get this radio sound. Sounds like it's coming out of a small stereo or something like that. After that, I added a phaser so it kind of swishes around in the ears, if that makes any sense. And this is just the default preset that the phaser comes with. I'm not super familiar with phasers if I'm being honest, but that's something I want to look into. And then here comes the super interesting part for your vocal chops. What we have here is the plugin called Gross Beat. You probably heard of it before. A lot of people use it in their beats to make samples sound super interesting and things like that. What I did here is I just used the basic 3 preset that's in Gross Beat. And what this is going to do is that's going to skip around the vocal so that it plays different parts of the vocal at different times. So if we click play, you can see what I'm talking about. It skips around and it does a whole bunch of different things. But the thing is, there's so many different presets that you can use that anything you make will sound interesting, and you'll always have variation to your vocal chops. Now, as an example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away this blood overdrive, this EQ, this phaser, and I'm going to add reverb. And now if we have a listen, this is what it sounds like. So it's different, but if I go into complex 10 and let's say I add a gate, we're going to have something that sounds like this. So it sounds completely different than what we used to have. And the crazy thing is that you have so many different things to choose from. So you can just choose whatever suits your taste. Now the thing about growth speed is that it allows you to draw in your own patterns. So let's say you want to mess around with the time a little more. You can draw in something like this. And you get something that sounds different than what you used to have. But really quick, I just want to see how this is going to sound like with our song. I'm going to unmute this, get rid of this EQ, and I just want to see how it sounds like. So if you're making a song and you're stuck on ideas, this is a really good way to add some spice to what you're doing. Like I said, this is a simple method. It's nothing too crazy. It's just a good way to generate some vocal chops when you need something really quick, but really catchy. Now that's basically it for this tutorial, guys. Hopefully you learned something new. I want to see you guys making some cool songs with this vocal chop technique. So make sure to DM me on Instagram, sending me a link of your song using this technique, and I'd love to give it a listen. Remember to also pre-save my new song Duct Tape on Spotify. The link is in the description and the first comment. You honestly have no idea how much it really means to me. And remember, this video costs 1 like. So if you watched all the way through and you still haven't liked the video, I'm gonna have to ask for 2 likes next time. So make sure you like this video. Also make sure to subscribe because next week I'm going to be showing you how to layer your vocals. But thank you guys so much for watching this short tutorial. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. You guys are amazing. You guys are great. And remember, don't be afraid to show your genius.
Someone be something that I gotta stay on it. Don't stop, keep the motion. Someone be something that I gotta stay moving. No, don't stop, keep it grooving. That's what I want, that's what I need. Only support I'm getting now is from my family. When I am meeting other people and I tell them what I wanna do, I know that they're thinking that I won't succeed.